Antigua and Barbuda stands among the top 5 richest countries in the Caribbean by GDP per capita, a position that reflects its steady growth, solid tourism base, and the visible comfort that shapes its environment. Wealth here does not express itself in tall buildings or loud commercial districts, but in well-maintained surroundings, reliable infrastructure, and calm organization that becomes obvious to anyone spending time on the islands. The main island of Antigua, where most people live, is known for its clean coastal roads, attractive residential zones, and modern public facilities that reveal how seriously the nation treats its development. In St. John's, the capital, the streets are compact but organized, small businesses operate smoothly beside larger commercial centers, and the port area remains active with both cruise ships and private yachts that feed the country's high-end tourism economy. The government's focus on tourism, finance, and investment has allowed this small twin-island nation to maintain consistent economic stability, and that stability shows in the way daily life runs without disruption. Visitors often notice that there is very little visible poverty compared to other regions, and that social order and politeness form a normal part of the atmosphere. This wealth is not exaggerated through glamour, it is visible in clean beaches, efficient services, and a sense of balance that defines a nation confident in its structure. The tourism model of Antigua and Barbuda relies on quality over quantity, prioritizing long-term sustainability rather than mass tourism that often damages other island economies. The resorts found across the coastline are built with space and privacy in mind, offering comfort and quiet rather than crowds and entertainment-driven activity. High-end properties such as Jumbie Bay Island, Hermitage Bay, Carlisle Bay, and Curtain Bluff are known internationally for their service standards, privacy, and calm atmosphere. They employ skilled staff, maintain beautiful surroundings, and combine Caribbean simplicity with global-level service, making them ideal for guests who prefer luxury that feels natural. The environment surrounding these resorts remains carefully preserved, and the facilities include private beaches, spas, water sports centers, and open dining areas that showcase the sea. Luxury yachts often anchor nearby, adding to the image of the islands as a hub for global travelers seeking both comfort and stability. What distinguishes Antigua and Barbuda from other destinations is that even with this level of tourism development, the local culture and friendliness remain intact. Wealth in Antigua is also visible in its marinas and sailing culture, which have become international symbols of its luxury lifestyle. English Harbour and Falmouth Harbour host yachts of various sizes, some owned by international business figures and others chartered by travelers who come specifically for sailing events. The infrastructure supporting this sector includes dockyards, repair facilities, restaurants, and bars that cater to visitors who enjoy the maritime atmosphere. The Antigua Sailing Week, known worldwide, brings together yacht owners, sailors, and spectators for an event that contributes strongly to the economy and reinforces the country's position as a global sailing destination. Throughout the year, the marinas remain active but never chaotic, reflecting a calm and controlled approach to tourism management. Local employees, from engineers to chefs and guides, work in this sector with professionalism that shows how the wealth of tourism spreads through the community. The combination of calm seas, strong facilities, and social stability has made the islands one of the safest and most attractive bases for private yacht owners in the region. Residential and real estate development form another visible sign of prosperity, especially in areas such as Jolly Harbour, Sugar Ridge, and Half Moon Bay. These communities combine Caribbean natural beauty with modern design, offering properties that meet international expectations. Some homes belong to citizens, while others are owned by expatriates or investors who participate in the country's citizenship by investment program. This program has attracted high-net-worth individuals seeking a second home in a peaceful, tax-friendly environment, adding to the island's image of exclusivity. Houses in these areas often include swimming pools, private gardens, and direct beach access, blending local architectural styles with modern materials. The general design remains clean and low-rise, ensuring that natural scenery remains visible. The result is a housing landscape that feels ordered and luxurious without being overdeveloped, symbolizing how Antigua and Barbuda has learned to grow its wealth without losing its physical charm. The beaches, which number in the hundreds, represent one of the country's most consistent luxury assets. Each beach offers a slightly different atmosphere, from the lively energy of Dickinson Bay to the calm isolation of Half Moon Bay and the soft white stretch of Darkwood Beach. Visitors find that the water remains clear throughout the year, the sand is clean, and the surroundings are free from overbuilt structures. Beach bars, restaurants, and water sports providers maintain standards that ensure both tourists and locals can enjoy the same spaces comfortably. This accessibility adds to the country's image of inclusive affluence, where luxury is not closed off but naturally shared. The management of public areas shows organization and maintenance that reflects a government aware of the economic importance of its coastline. Beach experiences in Antigua are therefore defined by calm, safety, and service quality rather than exclusivity alone, making them equally appealing to travelers of different levels of spending power. Recreational activities across the islands continue to reinforce the perception of wealth through structure, availability, and safety. Golf courses such as Cedar Valley and Jolly Harbor Golf Club operate with international standards, offering well-kept greens and ocean views. Water-based activities include sailing, snorkeling, scuba diving, and jet skiing, all supported by professional operators who maintain proper equipment and insurance coverage. Kayak tours in mangrove areas near North Sound provide an eco-luxury angle that fits modern travel expectations. Helicopter tours over the coastline or to Barbuda give a view of the geography and highlight how the islands remain largely undeveloped outside the main zones. The calm sea conditions make boat charters easy to arrange, from catamaran day trips to private deep-sea fishing excursions. Each of these activities benefits from the country's stability and organization, ensuring that visitors feel safe while exploring its natural beauty. Dining and cuisine also express Antigua and Barbuda's luxurious side in a practical and authentic way. Restaurants like Sheer Rocks, Catherine's Cafe, and Cloggis combine modern culinary techniques with local ingredients, creating menus that appeal to both regional and international tastes. Service is professional without being formal, and settings are open air, allowing diners to enjoy the sea breeze and sunset views without artificial decoration. Fresh seafood dominates the menus, including lobster, snapper, and conch prepared in simple but refined styles. The restaurant scene serves not only tourists but also the local upper middle class, which has grown alongside the tourism sector. Small local eateries in towns also maintain cleanliness and quality, showing that food culture here values both flavor and hygiene. Together, this creates a dining environment where visitors experience comfort and authenticity without pretense. Barbuda adds a quieter dimension to the luxury profile of the nation. Known for its pink sand beaches and low population, it attracts travelers who value privacy above all else. Resorts such as Nobu Barbuda and Barbuda Bell operate on a small scale, accommodating limited guests to preserve exclusivity. The service model focuses on personalized attention, locally sourced food, and minimal environmental impact, aligning with the global trend towards sustainable luxury. Visitors find the beaches nearly empty even during the high season, with soft sand and shallow water that allow peaceful swimming. The island's development pace remains slow by design, maintaining its image as a private retreat rather than a mass tourism location. Barbuda's role in the national economy may be smaller than Antigua's, but its contribution to the overall image of the country as a destination of wealth and calm sophistication is significant. The physical infrastructure of Antigua supports its economic reputation, and it is one of the clearest signs of a high-income Caribbean country. Roads are mostly paved, and the airport operates with modern facilities that handle both commercial and private aviation. Utilities such as electricity and internet are reliable, and public areas are clean and orderly. The country's size makes maintenance manageable, and the government's investment in tourism infrastructure is visible in the condition of harbors, beaches, and main roads. Hotels and residential projects connect easily through this network, giving a sense of structure and convenience uncommon in smaller island nations. This efficiency adds to the perception of prosperity because it allows daily life and tourism operations to function without major disruption. St. John's, the capital, reflects this organization while retaining a human scale. It combines local markets and small shops with modern offices and government buildings, showing that growth has not erased community life. The cruise port brings thousands of visitors weekly, yet the city handles this influx smoothly through efficient customs, security, and traffic management. Residents take pride in the clean streets and functional layout that make the capital approachable and safe. Unlike many Caribbean capitals, St. John's feels calm, with minimal congestion and an atmosphere of steady routine. This everyday order is a subtle but powerful indicator of the country's wealth and administrative competence. Luxury here is also about safety and social stability. Antigua and Barbuda maintain one of the region's lower crime rates, allowing visitors to explore freely. This safety is supported by effective policing, public awareness, and a culture that values tourism as a shared national benefit. Locals are polite, professional, and accustomed to interacting with travelers from around the world. This sense of mutual respect forms part of the country's invisible wealth, the social capital that keeps its economy stable and its reputation strong. Many returning visitors cite this feeling of safety as a key reason they prefer Antigua over busier Caribbean destinations. Cleanliness contributes to this perception of refinement as well. Public areas, beaches, and hotel zones are regularly maintained, and waste management systems operate consistently. The island's small population and disciplined tourism planning make it possible to keep standards high. Visitors often remark on how rarely they see litter, neglected buildings, or overcrowded streets. This physical order creates a calm visual impression that supports the luxurious image without needing artificial decoration. Wealth here is therefore felt through control, care, and the visible effort to preserve the country's appeal. Neighborhoods around Dickinson Bay, Hodges Bay, and Cedar Grove show what daily life looks like in a small but prosperous Caribbean country. Houses are well kept, roads smooth, and small local businesses integrated into residential zones. These areas combine the accessibility of urban life with the calm of beach proximity, allowing residents to enjoy both convenience and relaxation. Supermarkets, clinics, and schools operate efficiently, and the presence of expatriates adds a multicultural element without tension. The overall impression is of a country where basic services meet high standards and where everyday life flows without visible hardship. Across the island, visual evidence of wealth appears not through excess but through consistency. Buildings are painted and maintained, vehicles are modern, and public signage is clear. Even smaller villages show signs of organization and civic pride, with community centers, sports fields, and churches in good condition. The balance between tourism and normal life is carefully managed, preventing the economic distortions that affect some other islands dependent on the same industry. This stability explains why Antigua and Barbuda ranks high in regional income comparisons. It has achieved economic progress without losing control of its pace. The overall impression of Antigua and Barbuda's rich side is one of balanced prosperity rather than dramatic display. Wealth exists in the cleanliness of its environment, the efficiency of its services, and the calm that defines its daily life. Visitors find comfort not because of exaggerated luxury but because everything functions as expected. The country's natural assets, its beaches, sea, and climate, combine with social and economic organization to create a sense of reliable affluence. It remains one of the few Caribbean nations that successfully merges high-end tourism with authentic local culture, maintaining stability that feels both modern and deeply rooted. The quiet lifestyle of Antigua and Barbuda reflects the same sense of wealth that shapes its environment, showing that prosperity here is not loud but deeply built into how people live, work, and interact daily. Locals move at an unhurried pace, but everything operates with precision and purpose, from the way shops open on time to how services respond efficiently to demand. The streets remain calm throughout most of the day, and even in the busiest areas, there is an underlying feeling of order rather than stress. Cafes serve both residents and visitors in spaces that are tidy and comfortable, blending island simplicity with professional service. Taxi drivers, tour operators, and shop owners maintain polite manners that make visitors feel respected without unnecessary pressure. The wealth of the country can be felt in these details, the smooth coordination of daily activities that come naturally in a place used to international standards. Life here does not depend on chaos or rush, it functions with confidence, which gives both tourists and locals a shared sense of calm. The education system and general standard of living mirror this balance, showing that prosperity has created opportunities for both growth and personal comfort. Schools are clean, organized, and equipped for small class sizes that allow proper attention to students. Higher education and training institutions support tourism, hospitality, and marine-related fields, helping sustain the industries that drive the economy. Many young people study abroad but return home to work in hotels, government, or small businesses, contributing to a cycle of professional growth that keeps the country's workforce skilled. This investment in human capital explains why service quality is consistently high and why visitors often note how well-trained staff seem compared to other destinations.